YuGiOh101 card review. Here to review a card that is coming as a TCG exclusive in the new Challengers, November 7th. What we're looking at here is Virgil, Rockstar of the Burning Abyss. And it is a light spellcaster synchro effect monster, level 6 attack, defense, 2500 and 1000 respectively. Well, description: one tuner, one or more non-tuner monsters. You can only control one Virgil Rockstar of the Burning Abyss. Once per turn, you can discard one Burning Abyss card, then target one card in your opponent's target one card your opponent controls or in their graveyard. Shuffle it into the deck. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can draw one card. You can only use this effect of Virgil Rockstar of the Burning Abyss once per turn. Now they did a good job with this card, first of all, because they made it like they gave it some simple summoning requirements. It doesn't require any specific tuners and things like that. But because of the effect, they made sure that you were only able to control one of those, monsters at a time, or more rather, one of these monsters at a time. Because they know that they made mistakes with cards in the past that had effects similar, that had effects that were similar to this, and they pretty much abused it. In, case in point, TG Hyper Librarian. That's the reason why it's limited now. But they did good um, with this card. On top of the fact that the Burning Abyss pretty much thrives off of being, sent to the graveyard, and having other Burning Abyss monsters on the field have their effects activated in order to get them out the graveyard or to use them in some way. It still caters toward that archetype, which is, good. And then on top of that, like, you get to bounce a card your opponent controls back into either their main deck or their extra deck. And then on top of that, you're able to, under any circumstance, get some draw power no matter how it's destroyed. So, cards like Skill Drain, again, for the new people out there that think it won't work on it, because when any monster that has an effect and the text says sent to the graveyard, the effect activates a graveyard. A card like Skill Drain does not affect the graveyard. Skill Drain only affects the field. So if a monster's effects may be negated on the field, but when it gets destroyed and it hits the graveyard, the effect still activates, because that's the moment that it's supposed to activate. And Skill Drain doesn't have an effect. Skill Drain doesn't affect the graveyard, so they would pretty much get a pass on that. So yeah. Um, yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's it. So, as far as we can get this thing out, well, obviously, the monsters in the Burning Abyss um, do work pretty well. Since, let me take that back. The monsters in the Burning Abyss, I think the majority or all of them are level 4 monsters. I mean, level 3 monsters. So you would only need like a level 3 tuner in order to get this out the graveyard. I mean, what the hell am I saying? In order to special summon this from your extra deck. So you would only need a level 3 tuner. If the Burning Abyss monsters can get a tuner, then I'd say obviously that would be perfect, because all the Burning Abyss monsters that go in the main deck, they're level 3. So this would just go right with them. But since you don't need anything specific in order to get this card out, I would say obviously like Black Salvo, that would be like the first monster that comes to mind, considering that even though it can only special summon level 4 or lower machine type monsters when it gets normal summoned to the field, um, again, level 4 or lower, I think it's, hold on. Okay, I take that back because I took a quick look. I paused the recording and went to look at Black Salvo. It only does level 4 machine type monsters, so that won't work, because the levels would be 7 in total if you use the effect of Black Salvo. But, I mean, if you guys pay attention and look, I mean, you guys will find this card pretty easy to get on the field. Like I said, I haven't been playing Yu-Gi-Oh as much as I used to, or rather, I haven't been researching cards in Yu-Gi-Oh like I used to. So I don't like I'm not familiar with exactly what would be able to do what. So that's something I got to get back in the habit of doing as I continue on with these card reviews, so that you guys can be informed with the best of knowledge, like I used to do. But yeah, it's fairly easy to get on the field. They did a good job with trying to balance out the monster effects with something with the summoning requirements and how many you're allowed to have on the field. You know, and there's no way to negate that. You can only control one of these monsters at a time. That is considered to be a condition. On the website, they didn't classify it yet, but that's a condition. Conditions are effects that can't be negated. That's a condition made by the company to ensure that there's fair play with the card, because people will go ham again, like they did, like people used to do with cards like Hopper Librarian. They abused the hell out of it. They would get three of them on the field and they would get massive draw power, and the same thing will happen with this. So just got to be careful. So it's easy to get on the field. The effect is nice, and its attack and defense is inverted, or is like switched from Dante of the Burning Abyss. So yeah, man, its attack is decent. It's the standard for a monster that is its level. Um, yeah, I can't really say too much else about it. So it's it's decent. So link to this card is going to be in the description. You guys can check it out, and I'll see you guys for the next card review. Peace.